guys, today we are trying out some new and new to me drugstore makeup. We have a few things we are going to try out. The newest thing is the Elf X Jen Atkin palette. This is the darker of the two, but we try it out, a few other things. If you're new here, I want to let you know we use all natural lighting. I want you guys to see my skin, the products as they are, how they cover, how they apply, everything. So what you see is what you get here on my channel. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do, I hope you subscribe, and let's go ahead and hop in. So I got out of the shower and this is what we've got. I'm not gonna do my hair yet. I just don't feel like it. So we're gonna start out with the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer, the one silicone-free primer that does it all. This has a huge opening, you guys. Like, I'm just not used to such a big hole, but I kind of swatched this to feel it, and it kind of feels like a silicone-based primer, but it doesn't. This is supposed to be hydrating and mattifying. I don't know about all that, but it's supposed to conceal pores. It's a bouncy silicone-like texture without the silicone, so we will see. It's supposed to do all the things of a silicone primer minus the silicone. So it looks like a silicone-based primer, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, it doesn't feel exactly like one. It's not, ooh, I don't know how to explain it. You would have to feel it. It's like wet but dry. I don't know. It is similar, but I wouldn't say it's identical. But you know, silicones are not good for your skin, so I like the idea, and it feels nice on the skin. It feels hydrating. It does. It's odd that it's going to be hydrating and mattifying at the same time. I'm curious if it does conceal pores. Of course, it's almost a bit thicker when you first feel it, but then once you start rubbing it in, it feels very watery, very nice. I don't know, I'm curious about this one. So I'm just gonna push that in and we'll see if it has concealed our pores. Okay, I agree. I think it does conceal pores. I'm sorry, everyone and their brother is mowing their grass. So that it is what it is. I am going to kind of zip right through this. I'm just gonna put the MAC Face and Body on. I wanna use something that I am familiar with but doesn't have great coverage because I wanna see how our next product covers. So I'm gonna throw this on and then we'll be right back. Okay, so foundation, I use the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Radiant Sheer Foundation. I threw on some concealer, hint concealer, and then some translucent powder. So the next new product, and this is new to me, not new to the market, this is the Jcat Aquasurance Compact Foundation. So I'm curious to try this because I love, love, love the L'Oreal foundation, the powder foundation that is. So I'm curious about this one. I want to see if I like it better, if I don't like it as much. You guys know. So I'm going to use my powder brush. Lots of kick up there. And I'm going to put it on like this. I don't typically wear powder foundations straight. I like them more as a setting powder, plus they add coverage. So that's what I'm going to do today. That's how I want to use it. This is in the shade Soft Taupe. I'm just gonna pat it around first, and then I may use the sponge that comes with it just to see if we're gonna get some more coverage. I'm not gonna put much on the forehead because I don't really need a whole lot of coverage on the forehead. It's predominantly the cheeks that I need all the coverage. Okay, so this is what we've got with the brush. I'm gonna grab the sponge that they include, I mean, there's a lot of kick up in here, so be aware of that one. I'm gonna put this on the nose. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit too light. I can already tell. That's okay, we can make it work today, but I would definitely get a darker shade. I can go ahead and tell you, this does not have as much coverage for me and my skin. I have a lot of redness, you guys know that. But this does not have as much coverage as the L'Oreal powder. Their new foundation in a powder, I think that's what it's called. But it just doesn't. It doesn't cover as well for me. And that's even with something underneath. So this one I'll keep using. We'll see. We'll see how it wears, how it looks, all of that, once we get done with everything. The next product is the Elf X Jen Atkin's palette. This is the Let's Elfing Do This palette. You guys, this is weighty, feels really nice, doesn't feel cheap. It's not super bulky, and it comes in this cute little pack. I like it. So this was the darker of the two. Let me open it here. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, this bronzer is not my go-to. I'm gonna use a little bit of it, but I might add more in because this is very yellow toned, and that's not what I like. I'm gonna grab this palette right here so you can see the difference. Look at the bronzers. Right here's this bronzer. I like the one more so in the Milani palette because it's just more natural, it's more flattering, where it just has that more red tone in it. But we'll try this kind of as if we were contouring a little bit. That way I can add in the other bronzer if I want to. It's very light. Like, I don't really see it on the skin too much. And like I said, this is the darker of the two palettes. So if you have tan to dark deep skin, this is not gonna work for you. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, you guys. So I don't like the bronzer. I'm gonna grab in, I have this one right here, I also have the Milani one right here, but I'm gonna use Butter Bronzer in Endless Summer. Totally lost my train of thought. What are we doing? Highlight, my goodness. My highlight brush, we're gonna try the highlight out. Now this looks a little dark. It's odd. The bronzer is too light and this looks kind of dark, but we're gonna try. All right, it's not too bad. We can make it work. It's very glowy. Like, I dipped in one, you know, boop, 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 and it's pretty dang glowy. It looks a lot darker in the pan, but it looks really pretty on the skin. Let's go ahead and go in with the blush shade. I like these big pans, I will say that. I like how the pans are bigger, and I really like the packaging. All right, let's blush up our cheeks. Okay, the blush I'm down for. Very much so. Really like the blush. And I wouldn't say it's glowy, but I wouldn't say it's matte. It's got a little bit of a sheen, I believe. So with this palette, I really do like these colors, the eyeshadow colors. I just wish there was like an in-between shade. It's kind of like you've got a lighter shade, then all dark. Like, they could have kept this one out, put in a lighter brown. That's just personal preference. But I'm gonna go in with this shade first, see if we can make that work as a transition. But typically, I do like Elf's eyeshadow formula. Their little bite-sized palettes are really good. Yeah, I don't think it is dark enough to do what I want to do with it, so I'm just gonna kind of spread this one around everywhere. So I'm gonna try my best not to go overboard, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. You guys know. Very pretty shade, blends out pretty good. So I built this up pretty good. This is what we've got. That's not my favorite shade, and I really thought I'd love it because of the color. It's not my favorite from Elf, to say the least, but it's not bad. So I'm going to take the darker, or the brown in the palette. It's not even the darker brown, but I do think this, the contour bronzer shade, I think that would be very pretty on the eyes where it is so yellow. Like that one, a little bit of the dark brown, and you're good to go. Here we go. Now this reminds me more of the Elf formula that I'm used to. You guys see, very pigmented. I'm gonna grab a different brush and just blend that out. Clean brush, nothing on it. These do have a good bit of kick up, just be aware of that. I'm gonna put the lighter shade on the lid, the matte, if I'm trying to decide if I want to go in with the highlighter, but I don't know yet. I don't know if I want to keep this all matte or go in with the highlight. No matter what, I'll go in with the highlight on the inner corner, but this matte looks pretty on the lid. I'm going to take the flat brush and go in with the more warm tone shade, and I'm going to kind of wedge it in between. But you can see, even with a flat brush, it's not nearly as pigmented as the others. I'm gonna take some of the brown, I'm gonna put it on the lower lash line, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the bronzer. We'll see how this looks underneath. Yeah, that's very pretty. I'm gonna like that way more as an eyeshadow than as an actual bronzer. Oh, that is pretty. Oh, yes. Much, much better now. Okay. I really like the way this is looking. I picked up some of the LA Girl Glitterholic glitter toppers, but I like this eye look, so we'll use those in a different video. So I'm going to hop off here, do the rest of the face, and we will be right back. Okay, hair is blow dried, but that's as far as we got. So the next product we have is the Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink. This is in Silky Sienna. We are gonna put this on, see how we like it. This is a new to me product, not a new product, which I kind of thought sienna, but it looks so almost plummy, like very rosy. All right. Not at all what I was thinking. I like this one better, actually. All right, not bad. So this is what we've got. This is the finished face. Guys, it was kind of a bust today. So the powder, I like the L'Oreal way better than this one. It feels better. It's almost, I don't know, this one's super matte to me. This one is matte, but not so matte. It's almost a silkier powder to me. This one has way better coverage on me, covers my redness way better. So I'll keep using this, but I can already tell you the L'Oreal is just top notch to me. The primer, I think if you like silicone primers, maybe this one will be worth a shot. You can try it, see if you like it. But to me, it does blur okay, but I don't have to have a primer. It does feel kind of hydrating, and where it does blur, it does mattify. I'm just not big into primers, but maybe you could give it a go. It's okay. I just don't love primers. I do think that the claims are accurate on this though. It does feel hydrating, and it does mattify. It does mattify, and in turn it does blur the pores. So the claims on this are pretty true. The Elf X Jen Atkin palette, I don't like the bronzer as bronzer. This eyeshadow was very disappointing to me, not that normal Elf quality that I'm used to. And then these two I really liked. So I like this. So I like these two, but this is kind of like a half and half. I like some of it, I don't like other parts of it. So I'll keep using this one. I wouldn't recommend it right now simply because Like I said, I would use this one only as an eyeshadow. I don't think this is going to be perfect for darker skin tones. So that it's up in the air. I'll keep using it, update you guys. Like I said, this one was kind of a bust. I do like the lipstick. We will see how it wears. Feels nice on the lips. It's not super heavy, so we'll see about the lipstick. I'll update you guys down below if I forgot anything. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, I hope you subscribe and click that bell, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye, guys.